Welcome back. This week on Beyond the Gates, Life and Death Stakes, Rock found Mount Crest. We break down the fallout of Kat's brave liver donation to Eva, including the terrifying post-op emergency that left her unconscious and dreaming of an alternate family timeline. Plus, a primary election victory is cut short. A proposal faces heavy family backlash, and Haley walks in on Dylan Benny's heated affair confrontation. Pour yourself something cold, grab your favorite seat, and lock in. We're going right beyond the gates, starting right now. All right, so here we are. We are back for Beyond the Gates, our episodes of June 22nd. All right, couple of points I want to just throw out here real quick since we've done this the past couple of times, and I feel like I'm just getting into a groove, so I'm going to do it again. Just like staple singers, let's do it again. Right. So we have Kat's medical complications that are dialed up. We have Joey, who continues to show affection for Isaiah. It's very evident, and he wants to protect Isaiah's image at all costs. Mark removes his tie to appeal to the people.
That was classy. I like that though.
It's like tie off and get into it. Ted is not the father of the year. Family pressure can break even the best of us. Haley the host can't best Dani's creative boudoir tricks. And is Deanna McBride the found Mount Crest medium? Hashtag go fuck. And what is Nicole doing?
Okay.
All right. And so before we get into some of our questions, so I'm gonna have to label this little segment out front because it's become a thing now for me. Like, and, as opposed to relying heavily on AI, these are all from my brain, right?
Okay.
Things that I'm thinking. So,
I love it. By the way, you have a way with words. I love it.
Or a way of skipping my medication. But anyway. So we know that Kat's medical complications are dialed up in this episode. There are some questions we'll get into later about that. Even down to I don't want to say a fever dream, but a dream state that forces her to put her in the shoes of Eva. Any thoughts about that before we get into the actual questions?
I thought it was good. I thought it was good for her to see some empathy. It provided her the needed empathy that she needs to get over the spoiled little rich kid persona that she has, and to kind of move her past that into something new. Hopefully, a relationship with her sister.
Yes, to the giving the character Kat a little more depth than holding on to a really cute bag and a really hot guy. All right.
Yes, Tomas.
Tomas heavily on the All right. So Joey, I mentioned him making sure that he's showing affection for Isaiah in private with Vanessa and wanting to protect that relationship. So his even though he's not his blood son, Isaiah is like a son to Joey, so to speak. And so I love that they're showing that piece of Joey, but he loves him enough to stay away, which to me seems like it would be kind of hard because I don't think he's faking it. I think it's a genuine relationship between the two of them. Any thoughts on that? I see you nodding your head.
I agree 100%. I mean, to know enough of the situation to say I'm going to hang back, but to also inquire and to ask people to ask about him, that lets Isaiah know that Joey is in his corner and he cares enough about his reputation not to taint him. So that all of that was just beautifully played. It was beautifully played, and they get kudos from me for that.
Loved it because that's not even one of the things I thought about with everything that was happening. And so when they had that dialogue, Vanessa and Joey, I was like, okay, I like this. I like this. It may be an afterthought for many people because it was for me. I'm glad they addressed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Martin removes his tie to appeal to the people. And I know you are a heavy guy on politics. What did this move do? We know how much Martin is your favorite character on the show. And so let me get in close to here. We know how Martin is your favorite character on the show. What did this do to you as a viewer and are one of the potential constituents or, people attached to Martin in this whole, Fairmount world or political world anyway?
So I have a minor in political communications, very, very minor in political communications. And what he did in that particular moment, especially like when he knew enough to take the tie off, I mean, especially because what it was that he was talking about, he was being a statesman, but at the same time, he was saying, I'm a man of the people. And so that is what it communicated in that particular moment. And so it's like, to take off the rigidity. I'm a man. I just happen to hold this position. And this is what I think about this moment. So much so that I'm going to take this tie off and I'm going to speak from the heart. Even though he wasn't speaking from the heart, he had it planned. But as a political communicator, everything should be planned at all times. You should always have everything that you say planned. But I liked that particular moment. I liked where his heart was going in that moment. To me, as a politician, he's a good politician because his heart is in it. His heart is like whatever he needs to do. Politically, he's aligned with, I guess, where I would be aligned. He's just too. I have to pronounce all my D's at the end of every word. I have to pronounce all the T's on every word. And I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. But other than that, he's a good character. He is a good character. That is truthfully, that's the only thing that I don't like about the man. That's it.
He over enunciates. He
yes.
overcompensates.
Yeah. I feel like you don't have to do that.
It's over.
Yeah. I think, like if he's standing in the well of Congress and he's giving a speech, yes, do that. But when you're just talking to your friends and family, nah, man, just talk.
I love that. So removing the tie was definitely symbolic. Is what I'm hearing. And your affections for Martin is growing. Yeah.
His ass.
Let me not push my luck.
And you know what? I'm gonna, as many times as I possibly can, I'm gonna talk about Smitty because Smitty, to me, that's the one.
You're smitten with Smitty.
I am smitten with Smitty. Especially like they had him wearing these tight jeans on. When they were talking when they were talking to their kids, I was like, "Oh, Smitty, oh, Smitty."
I'm about to blow the smithereens. All right. Well, we know where your loyalties lie within the Richardson Smith family.
Yeah.
Noted and bookmarked. All right. So I have here Ted is not father of the year. And the reason why I say Ted is not father of the year, I'm pretty certain I have it somewhere down in the questions. But he's in an impossible situation. But the way in which he downplays Kat, and at least from what a lot of the feedback from a lot of the blogs and on the internet says, okay, you gained another daughter, but you did kind of put Kat to the side just a bit. So that's why I said Ted is not father of the year. ...
Okay. You want me to comment?
Absolutely.
It goes back to the discussion you and I had last week. Yes, it is an impossible situation. Like no one wants to be put in the middle of that. I mean, given the history, no one wants to be put in the middle of that. He's thinking about the life of one daughter, but he has to use another daughter, and it's like, ugh, it's like, ugh. But I do love what Eva said. Eva was just like, given the circumstances, you need to spend more time with your other daughter, Kat, than you spend with me. And the level of respect that I had for Kat in that moment, I mean, for Eva in that moment, it sizzled up. I appreciated everything. I appreciated that it came from her. I even appreciated Leslie. Well, those are not part of your questions, but I appreciated Leslie for not apologizing, but for thanking Kat for saving her daughter. Like all of that was well worded.
That was huge. She was like, even down to the and I'm glad you raised that point. Even down to, okay, Kat being like, look, stop calling me kitty cat. I don't like it. To Leslie being like, but it's so good. But it's so good. And you know, she'll be like, you know what? Because Leslie could have just made it so much worse, but she said, "I'll try." Yeah, to me, that was paramount.
Yeah,
that was paramount.
Like save it for when you're mad at her, but all other times just call her Cat. But when you're mad at her and you want me to be like, ooh, she said kitty cat.
Kitty cat. I like kitty cat personally. It is condescending, but I like
it. You know, with all of her nicknames in some way is a little bit condescending, but it sums up every character, doesn't it? It's kind of like Trump. It's like, hey, I hate Trump, but at the same time, he kind of, you know, he ain't lying when he comes up.
That's some accuracy. The truth and the insults. Mm-hmm. All right. So I have here family pressure can break even the best of us. Of course, we're seeing the family pressure of, you know, obviously one person needing the liver, people feeling like, you know, Kat has all of this responsibility to donate her liver to Eva. So not really much for me to say there. It's just an obvious, you know, all of that pressure can break anyone. Here's where I do want a comment. Haley the hoe can't best Dani. Dani's creative boudoir tricks. Okay, and so some of these later episodes we see Bill and Dani getting hot and heavy and questioning, and then Haley coming in, and she's like, Bill, you couldn't even give the girl basically like a new skit, like you see. And this is a loose translation, so this is obviously not directly what she said, but you know, Haley's pulling out all the stops, but for some reason you cannot best Dani in the boudoir when it comes to Bill. As fine, as beautiful, and as young as you are, there's something about an aged bottle of wine, baby, and experience. You cannot seem to best this woman. What are your thoughts, if any?
So this is what I was thinking. Like honestly, I heard everything that you just said, but I'm gonna move it to the side. I think I'm gonna comment on it afterwards. What I was thinking was Bill just wanted a taste of the wild side. He'd gotten like everything with Dani had gotten routine, and he just wanted a little spice. And so it makes me think that, again, going back to what we talked about last week, Bill is gonna be a philanderer. Like that's just who and what he is. Like as soon as he gets bored, he wants like, what is the next thing? It's kind of like his law practice at the same time. He's always taking the racy side of things because it excites him. He gets his fill off of excitement, and as long as he's excited, he's maintained. His cup is full as long as he's excited, and so that's why I say he's always going to cheat. Now to be specific about what you were talking about, to me it kind of works hand in hand in what I just said, and why he's cheating. He's cheating on Haley with Dani. It's the excitement of it. It's the excitement of it. As soon as, if he were to get Dani, he'd get bored with that too.
100%. And complete aside, just curious, just in the realm of the world of Fairmount Press, do you think Bill and Dani have ever like did threesomes or anything like that? Because to me, Dani gives the impression that she loved her husband. She'd do anything to try to make him happy or whatever, even if it meant looking the other way at other things. I wonder if they ever invited anyone into their bedroom before we got to the point of a Haley coming to play and him leaving his home. Because he's cheated before.
No, not Dani. No, not Dani, not Nicole, not anyone who claims Dupree blood. No, none of them. Closest might be Martin.
Chelsea.
Oh, I forget about her.
Chelsea's a wild card.
Who are we forgetting about her?
Definitely, Chelsea.
But no. You like I was about to say, but and then I thought about it real quick. Nope. You're right. Chelsea would be down.
Chelsea has done it. Chelsea has admitted.
I'm talking about in a committed relationship. My brain went, oh well, that wasn't a committed relationship, but no, she is in a committed relationship, and she is open to it. She's just because of who she's with, she's not gonna do it, but she is open to it.
Yes, so, Madison would be the issue, not Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's Deanna McBride, the Fairmount Press medium. Go talk to me now.
I think as of right now, we would have to say yes. I think she's crazy. I think she's losing her mind. Unless we find out that Doug McBride is actually alive. If Doug McBride, first of all, Doug is a bold ass motherfucker to always show up in public. Okay? Always in public. Never like at wherever she is in a room that she's in. I kind of think that she I think that everybody's gonna think that she's crazy, and then all of a sudden Doug is just gonna be a part of the show. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm really interested to see where the writers take it, because on the one hand, Doug came back looking like a power snack, and I love to see him, and I really would like to see more of him. But I also, as weird as it sounds, love the ghost medium storyline. just a tad. I kind of just, are you going to be seeing Derek next? And sending messages through him. Like, the weird part of me likes if they take part of the show into that weird direction to where the crazy ass Deanna is like a ghost medium. You know? I don't know.
So that would be. Do you remember Passions?
Yes.
That television show. You used to watch Passions?
Yes, but Passions got stupid, and I had to stop watching it. But here's the thing: not even with the they had the little mystical, magical things going on. That didn't bother me as much. It's just I don't know. It just got a little stupid and off-putting after a while, and I stopped. But I did enjoy it initially.
So I was one of the ones who watched it until the end, even though, yes, I felt exactly like you, but I was going to continue watching it because I was hooked on it. I did not like the fact that old girl would cry all the time, but I love the fact that she could cry on cue. The one that it all revolved around her, I can't even remember her name, and her mama, Paloma.
The funny thing is, I can't remember the daughter, but I remember Paloma. I remember the fine sons or whatever. And Timmy, I can remember Timmy just off the top of my head, but yeah, it got a little crazy. And
what was the name? Sabrina? Tabitha.
Tabby the witch.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I don't remember why I started. Oh, it was just the parallels. What could happen with the show? But remember, I don't know if you watched Days of Our Lives, but Days of Our Lives was kind of like that. It was kind of paranormal, kind of sort of.
All the time. Yes. Yes.
It was a little paranormal, and I was here for it. That was when the ratings were sky high. Ratings were sky high for Days of Our Lives whenever it got a little paranormal. So I don't think anything is wrong with it as long as it doesn't go all the way in that direction.
All right. What does Nicole do?
What does Nicole do?
What is she doing?
Give me some context.
So what is she doing? So she's still with Kyle. We haven't seen very, very much of Carlton in this last week's couple of episodes. But what is Nicole doing? What is she doing? Because to the point that Kyle is over Kat's physical therapy and Kat's asking questions to deflect from what's going on in therapy and yada yada yada. So just a general question, like what is Nicole doing?
I don't know. I mean, I know what she's doing. She get a little bit here, she get a little bit there. She fantasizing with whoever she feel like fantasizing with. You know what? She needs to have a threesome. She needs to have a foursome. She needs to have Ted. She needs to have Kyle. She needs to have Carlton. She needs to have all of them, and she needs to figure out which one she like in that moment.
Doctor. Patient Dr. Dupree. Mm-hmm. That would be something to see. I don't think she'll do it, but
she wouldn't.
I don't think she will. So we're gonna move forward. A lot of the questions that I addressed were already in my like rapid fire things, so we'll do things just a tad bit differently. Andre and Dani. So, child, do you think that marriage is going to survive beyond?
No.
I was about to say beyond, not in the realm of episodes, but just beyond like the next year or so. And so, no, you don't feel like it's going to survive. Why?
Because they're playing this storyline a little too much for comfort. Like, I don't like it. I squirm every time she and Bill are on camera together. I squirm. I don't like it. I don't like I like it as a viewer, but the moral prude that I am, such a Virgo, I don't like it. Because she's married. And it hits a little different because Bill is Bill. Okay. So I come to expect that from him, but from her, I have higher standards. And so therefore I don't like that. I don't like what that's going to do for Andre, because Andre is committed. He is wholly committed. He is truly committed.
And has a lot of family trauma already, with his parents and
being able to trust someone. And
they've been very honest with each other, even about his feelings with Ashley, her feelings with, like, they've been for the most degree honest. So I agree with you. I feel like that's probably going to tank everything, because now you're keeping a secret. And the crazy and bizarre thing is, I genuinely believe that if she just came clean out front, as opposed to holding on to it, he may be able to forgive her and move forward, because they don't keep secrets, they don't lie. It would sting, especially because it's Bill, and all of that. But the fact that she is holding on to it, and the way things are going, she has no intention of saying anything at all. So I feel like that's going to make it worse, especially because of the proximity. It'd be one thing if your ex-husband lived in Nicaragua or somewhere, as opposed to Fairmount Crest, and he's crossing paths with me.
So here's the thing: if she would have ever admit to it, now he's thinking that every interaction where Bill is involved, there's a possibility of something happening, and that would make him a different character. And I don't know if I would like him being that different character. But you know what? The drama of the show would increase. So maybe it might be a good thing. Might be a good thing. I find myself thinking a little too critically about the show.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Before we go into some of our questions from the web, just as a, I don't know, conversation piece, where do you think the relationship between Kat and Eva will go after this major crisis?
I think that they're going to move in a positive direction. I think that they will be able to be in each other's presence. I did like what Kat said. Kat said, I can't help it. Being around her, I don't know if it was Kat or Eva, it was one of them, but I think it was Kat. Being around her makes me competitive. I thought that was honest.
That's honest, fair.
I thought that was honest. But for her to admit that, that's her letting Eva in. And I think the onus really is on Kat to let Eva in, because I think Eva is actually open to Kat. Yeah. Those are my thoughts.
I'm looking forward to where this relationship, perhaps even sisterhood, will go after this, because I know I'm always going to root for an underdog. I do empathize with Kat in some ways, even though she works my freaking nerves. I do empathize with her quite a bit on some fronts, but I know that as far as a viewer, how I view Eva, her heart is pure. She just, the cards that she was dealt were absolutely raggedy. And so I'm interested to see where the dynamic will go. I do feel, obviously, Kat has been disarmed to some degree simply because she was willing to give part of her liver. She's not completely awful and bratty to where she just didn't undergo the surgery, because let's be very clear, this is a major surgery. How many people are really out here doing that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's just not something that's very, very commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So questions from the internet, if you have those prepared and ready to go.
Yes, I do.
All right. So we know that Beyond the Gates is going to basically be on holiday. So we are going to have some repeat episodes starting next week. Ooh, don't love it. But I do genuinely hope the actors get some much needed rest. I think one of the things that I read on the web was that people were complaining, like, oh, Young and the Restless doesn't do this or whatever. And I think I read one comment like, hey, this is still a new soap opera or whatever. But I did also read somewhere that they've been renewed, I think, for 2 more seasons.
Correct.
So I'm really happy about that. So I do not, while I don't love the break for the show, I am excited that they are continuously getting more viewers, that we are getting some really great acting out of these soap stars. That's just my line of thinking. I'm not disappointed. It is summer. Like, you really built that up for me. Like, hey, summer's coming. Kind of like Game of Thrones, winter is coming. You know, so it's like, okay, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I can relax. So what are your thoughts, if any at all, about the brief break for these actors and actresses?
I think it's okay. I don't have anything against it. And I don't know what these viewers were talking about, but I do remember Young and the at least when I was growing up, Young and the Restless had some reruns. Or maybe they did it in such a way where it, like, most of the show was like a memory of things that had happened in the past. So I'm not opposed to that. I am not concerned. That's not the word I want to use. But why? Let me blow this up a little bit, because I want to make certain that I read that right when you sent it to me. They want to focus on Naomi and Jacob's love story. That was the questioning part. It's almost as if they want to build on their relationship just a little bit more. And so that is what has me concerned. Like, what is going to happen between the two of them? Because I only see, like, if they focus on that, I only see a downside. I don't see an upside. So, like, that's really my concern.
This should not be funny.
Now, I do want to say you did mention something about their ratings. I mean, they have like almost 2 million viewers, pushing average. Yeah, like their ratings are like really, really close to Young and the Restless, and we know that Young and the Restless, that's it. Like, in daytime soap operas. So Young and the Restless is going to pull in 1.8 millions, where Beyond the Gates is going to pull in 1.6. So that's heavy. That's heavy, and that's not going down. That's not like an up week. That's an average. So they're on par with Young and the Restless, and so that says a lot.
Which is, to me, exciting, bizarre, beautiful, an anomaly, all the things wrapped up in a nice bow, because this is a predominantly Black cast soap. And so that may not mean anything to some people, but it means something to me. And so I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm excited about this show as much as I used to love to drag Bill in his suits, even though that has improved. And so this show, to me, it just keeps getting better and better. And so I'm excited to see where it goes. To your point about the Jacob and Naomi storyline, I have been more tolerable of Jacob after the death of Derek. No, seriously, because the acting has improved. Okay. It 100% has improved. And as far as Naomi goes, love her down. But even with her, sometimes it's just kind of like, oh, here's a V8, whatever. You know, you can just kind of move on. Let's be clear, her acting is not bad. She's a beautiful girl.
It's her storyline.
Yes, but so perhaps I'm hoping that the storyline, them dialing it up, will be for the benefit of the show. I'm really hoping that it does not tank it. That's what I'm hoping, especially with her medical secret that she's harboring. Hopefully it will add value to the show and not subtract away from it. So here's hoping. And all my amazing Beyond the Gates cast, characters, everyone, enjoy your holiday. I hope you guys enjoy it, but we are definitely missing the Gates.
Okay.
This week that y'all are gone. This or that. This is one of the things that I do with my students. All right, Jermaine. Whom do you like more, Eva or Kitty Cat?
I like Eva more. I think she's more relatable. However, I do love the fact that Kat is a busybody. She's in all the business. And I love the fact that she's no nonsense. She understands people on a level that a lot of these characters on this show just don't. And so I love that about her character. But on a personal level, I prefer I prefer Eva over Kat. I keep getting them confused.
I would love to be able to go on the opposite just because I can't. So there are things I love and adore about Kat, and let me be very clear, the actress is amazing. Love her down. And maybe if I had a silver spoon, I might just be choosing in a whole different direction, right? If I were behind the Fairmount Press gates, I'm gonna say Kat without even thinking. But I'm going Eva. One is the natural hair. It's the love of people, genuinely. Like the girl's heart is beautiful. The fashion is sick. Even though I came from absolutely nothing, it's still there. The girl got swagger out of this world and still genuinely cares about people. Her mom has come up and all of these things. So her and her mom are close, which means, okay, by default, I have a little bit going on now too. But she has not changed the essence of who she is as far as character goes. She cares about the little guy, and I don't see that stopping. And so even with all the things her mama set into motion with her limited knowledge of what her mom had going on, she still had a conscience. She still had a conscience the entire time. And I love and respect that. I feel like I can relate to Eva a bit more than I can to Kat, but let me be very clear. Love Kat now. Kat has an instinct out of this world. Even though she has a silver spoon, the girl has instinct. She's not just, oh, I come from royalty, I don't really have to think for myself. No, she's business minded. She has this criminal mind as well. And I genuinely love about Kat. But if I have to choose a side simply because of an underdog story and just my personal connection, I'm gonna have to roll with Eva. I know I did a lot of talking, but
I feel you.
So on the internet, do you like this character?
I like the character. I don't love the character. I like the character.
I love the character. Okay, so tell me why you like the character as opposed to love, or either tell me what would make you love the character as opposed to just like.
I think what would make me love her is if I saw more of her Cabrini Green background a little bit more. She's much too I think when the show first started, I love the fact that she was classy. But the more and more they talked about her upbringing, let me see it. Let me see how you can really handle Leslie. You can't handle Leslie. You can't. And so as a result, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like she'll put her in a place in a respectful manner, but let me see you do it the way you would when you was just in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see once or twice. You ain't got to do it every time, but just once or twice. Or pull Leslie by her weave. You know what I'm saying? Just, let me see how good you can get.
I respect that. But to be honest, I do like this character, and I like and love this character. But more than with Leslie, I would have loved to see her do more with Anastasia.
Oh, okay.
I would love to let the Cabrini Green come out more on Anastasia than Leslie. Because Leslie used to that shit. Leslie would have probably thought it was foreplay. It would have been fine. And moved the fuck on. But Anastasia, that would have rocked her world.
Yeah.
But yes, I do like this character, and I do think she's classy, and I love her elevation story. All right. Who do you think on Beyond the Gates is the best dressed female?
You know what?
Your thoughts?
I don't know.
So many.
It's really, really hard. Like, some of it is their personality. Chelsea, I don't really like. She's supposed to be the current model. I'm not really feeling too much of what she wears. Just to be honest with you, nothing has really stood out. Let me say it that way. Mm-hmm. Nothing has stood out. Some people who kind of stand out for me: Nicole, Dani, Kat, Eva, and to a lesser degree, recently, Vanessa.
A best dress, when I saw this question, to just pick one, it's absolutely almost impossible. Leslie, as well as Haley. I mean, let's be clear. One of the things that I discussed, and it was probably off camera with you, about this show that I loved was the fashion. Like, everybody is dressed so well. Like, even your B or C or D characters like Mona and Ashley's mom. Well, not Ashley's mom, because it's definitely not delivering. But what I'm saying is, even the characters that aren't part of the revolving storyline in that way are dressed exceptionally well. And so for me, right at the top, of course, it's going to be Anita Dupree. At her age, with the class and all the things, she's great. But for me, if I have to pick, it would be really hard. Haley and Leslie are serving. They're not models. They're not royalty. And their outfits are outfitting every week. They don't miss. They do not miss. So for me, probably Leslie and Haley.
Got it.
All right, so we have Nicole dating two men at the same damn time. And Dani is cheating on Andre with her ex-philandering husband, Bill Hamilton. Which sister disappointed you the most, Nicole or Dani?
Dani. So here's the thing. So morally, Dani is wrong. Nicole, no. So Nicole, she tries to tell the story. I don't understand why people think that I'm fragile and I'm. This is one way in which she's showing you how she's not all that fragile. Like she's willing to do something that, like most people probably wouldn't do. And at the same time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. In my mind, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You could do it with all three of them same day, as far as I'm concerned. She ain't tied to none of them. Dani, what's wrong with Dani is the fact that she is married and Bill is married, and she knows that this would devastate Andre, and she knows that this would also devastate her entire family. How could you? You know what I'm saying?
I do, 100%, and I mirror your feedback for most of the same reasons. And so, love Dani down, but again, you took vows, and so the fact that you are actively plotting to keep things away from your husband because you had a slip up with your ex-husband doesn't make you better than him. And so I'm more disappointed in Dani than Nicole, simply because, again, Dani, you're more of a let it all hang out, free-spirited, this is what it is, this is what it's not, versus we expect Nicole to be polished and kind of bury and hide things. Yeah, a little bit more disappointed in Dani, although, like, I love me some Dani, let's be clear, but yeah, a little bit more disappointed in her allowing herself to even go there.
You know what? And what I loved about what you just said was she cannot equate herself with Bill any longer because she did exactly what Bill did. The only difference is she didn't do it repeatedly, and she didn't end her marriage. That's the only thing that makes her different from him. But if she keeps going down this road, she's gonna be just like Bill. Really?
Yes, and I don't doubt, because it's like while you were willing to shoot up the wedding and do all these things that you had going on, I feel like if Bill hits the right button, she will do it. She will do it again, because the passion, although you are just vexed by all the things that he's done to you, all of that, I feel like if he hits the right button, he can get her again.
And I think he knows that.
All right. So this viewer says, personally, I felt that when Kat was feeling the pressure of giving Eva some of her liver and having a dream, it's like the writers were saying Kat was the problem the whole time, and she had to see her ways and get some act right. And I have to disagree. Kat was living her best life before Eva and Mama came into town and blew everything up. But somehow, Kat was the one who had to learn the lesson. Make it make sense.
Okay. So I didn't read this prior to, so my thoughts are probably going to be a little jumbled. But for me, Kat was the problem, because she would not. I understood her not liking Leslie. I understood her not trusting Leslie. I understood all of that. But the difference between Leslie and Kat and Eva, I keep getting those two confused. The difference between the two of them was that even at the last minute, Eva understood what she was doing was wrong, and she tried to stop it. Okay. Does she get points for that? Yeah, she does get points for that. Does she get points for having a mother that warped her brain, warped her thinking? Yeah, she does get points for that. Do you necessarily have to trust her? No, you don't have to trust her, but to continuously go at this girl. Continuously go at this girl. When the girl was trying to like let you have it a couple times, Eva let Kat have it a couple times until Eva finally said enough is enough. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna give it to you just as you gave it to me. Okay? And like at that particular point in time, it was fair game. Because at a certain point, as a human, you got to say, okay, I did a little too much. I did a little too much. And Kat was doing a little too much.
100% agree. I feel like with Leslie and Eva coming to town as just within the realm of the show, it gave Kat more depth. It gave her more depth. It gave her more character, and being able to look at things more than just black and white. And so there was an opportunity for her to see things different ways because you're heavily into these crime shows, podcasts, all these things. But here it is at your front door, and you've not rose to the occasion, at least not initially anyway. Let me say that because I feel like she's done better. You didn't rise to the occasion initially. You immediately wanted to just blame Eva before taking a step back and looking at everything at all angles.
Yep. I agree.
I don't understand why Kat is still so angry at Eva. She's forgiven Ted and Tomas, and I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, Kat would have done everything Nicole told her to do too. I'm just saying.
All right. So the reason I did not mention Tomas is because if my brother had sex with my ex, I don't know how I feel about my brother. I don't care if it's my quote unquote half brother. In my family, we don't believe in halves. It's still brother. I still will be looking at you sideways. I'm sorry. That's how I see it. So
that's not simple. That's not something that is simple. That is a violation. And I personally feel, again, within the realm of the show, that Eva seduced him and her plan all along was just throw it in Kat's face. I don't. I feel like Tomas was a willing participant, and I feel like if anything, Tomas was more of the problem than Eva was, because I feel like she strategically tried to kind of sort of fall back on him a little bit, but he kept sniffing his ass around. And so I understand if Kat would have some reservations, but it shouldn't be just against Eva. She should have left Tomas alone, period.
So this is what I think. The moment she decided to allow Tomas a pass, she should have done the same with her sister.
Period.
Nice. Yeah, that's just what happened.
To me, that's fair because honestly, it's not like you've been known this man, y'all were married for X amount of. It was none of that. And so you excuse his behavior, and let's be clear, he literally was leading Eva on. He was.
And one thing that we're forgetting, the fact that they were not in a good space when Tomas was I don't know. I'm not going to say that he was necessarily pursuing her, but he was developing a friendship with Eva. Keep getting these names confused. He was developing a friendship with Eva that was outside of Kat. And yeah, he was just like, I don't like how Kat talks to Eva. which was fair. That was fair, right? But my point was, he and Kat were on the outs when he slept with Eva, and yeah, she found out when she wanted to make up with him. But you can't be all that mad because two of you
weren't into him. And to me, if I'm being completely honest, as a viewer and as a woman, you still not that into Tomas. Let's be clear. You not. You are not. You are not into Tomas like that for real. You're not.
Now, why do you say that? I don't necessarily disagree with you. I just want to know why you say it.
I don't buy the chemistry. I feel like from the very beginning, everything was forced. I feel like you settled into a space with Tomas just to prove a point and say, you can't have him either. You can't. You drew a line in the sand. You gave him your V card. And so for all intents and purposes, you feel like, okay, I'm just going to make this work because of your upbringing, because of your sense of propriety, all of these things that go into play to make you the person that you are, Catherine. Are settling for Tomas. Kat, let me be very clear. Tomas is not settling for Kat. Kat is settling for Tomas. She is. I do not think that it's the best that she can do because the chemistry and the authenticity of their relationship is not there. Down to the point to where we're going into a whole thing and a whole nother storyline of Tomas wanting to propose to her out of fear and all of these things, and everybody basically trying to discourage him from doing that because it's like, whoa, is this authentic or are you just scared? Y'all still have not found y'all rhythm because it's forced. You cannot find a rhythm because you keep forcing it. And so to me, the relationship is not believable, not by far. Wherein juxtaposed, I do believe with Eva and Isaiah, that's more authentic. It is. Do I feel like Eva may still have something for Tomas? Yes. Should it have stayed at friendship? Probably. But when you look at Eva and Isaiah, I believe that more, as opposed to Kat and Tomas. And so he done got permission to propose and all of these things, but I don't believe their relationship. I just don't. I just absolutely don't. I believe it's just to prove a point that, hey, we made it, we're working, just, okay, you smashed him, but this is my man, and yeah, it's just to prove a point. It's not rude.
Fair, all fair.
All right, so we know that we will have a complete break for this week. Everything's reruns with cotillion and whatnot, and so hopefully when we come back on the next week, we will have some more drama beyond these gates. Any further input, questions, comments? Nothing further to add. All right, well, going forward, we are still covering the Vampire Lestat in Anne Rice's world. It has been so chaotic and crazy, and if it's not your jam, I would say, hey, come on now, put your fangs out, go ahead and give it a try, because it is amazing. So we will be coming at you on tomorrow, on Wednesdays, repeated at 7 o'clock with the Vampire Lestat, and we'll be covering the latest episode, The Devil's Road. On Thursday, we'll be coming to you with House of the Dragon. Get your High Valerian ready. Study up, because we are going there with all the ways in which things can go wrong in the Game of Thrones. Everyone dies. Spoiler. All right. Anything further?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget to share. Do not forget to share. We'll see you all soon.
We've got questions and we know you have answers, so make love to our senses in the comments. Drop them down below.